Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
Just a massive thank you for all your support over the last few weeks. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. And to everyone that has subscribed to our channel on YouTube, absolutely out of this world. So really, really, really appreciated. Our viewing figures are through the roof. It's absolutely superb. So thank you so much to everyone that's supporting us. And if you know anyone who hasn't subscribed yet, please do. We are 197 subscribers away from 1,000. So it would be great to get to the 1,000. So please pass the word around. It would be absolutely out of this world. So we're going to get the show on the go tonight. We've got a few things to talk about before we get Andrew on from Sheaffield Wednesday. I think he was on last Thursday as well with Claudio and everyone. I missed that one. So I'm looking forward to having a chat with him tonight. Hopefully that's it's gonna go down quite well. Apparently, I've heard that he's quite a character. So yeah, it's going to be a bit good, that is, tonight. So we'll have a little chat about that. It's on around about 8 o'clock. I've got a surprise for you as well around about 8 o'clock as well. And we've got a few, we've got Spot the Ball to come as well, because obviously we've got 2 tickets to give away for the Bristol City game next Tuesday. The winner will be announced on Sunday night show with Ken. And you got till 6 o'clock this Sunday to get your guesses in for Spot the Ball, which we'll get that up very, very shortly. So let's get the show going then. Let's get our guests on for tonight. We've got quite a few coming on. Luke Carter will be joining us a little bit later on. He's just finished recording his show for BC Radio, so he's running a little bit late, but we'll get him on as well later on. So first of all, we're bringing Claudio. Good evening, Claudio.
Good evening, Miles. And how are we? Well, how are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Excited for tomorrow. Very excited. It's going to be very entertaining tomorrow. I'm sure it is. So
yeah, I've took a half day off to make sure I get up there. So
I'm lucky. I'm lucky I finish at 12, so I'm well, really, really lucky. So I'm blessed with that one. And we've got our very own. She's wonderful. We had a team meeting last night. It went really well, and she is absolutely out of this world, this girl. We're going to bring her on. It's the one and only Vicky Oakes. Good evening, Vicky.
Evening, Miles. You all right?
All good, all good. I think we got a slight satellite delay tonight for some reason. I'm not too sure what's going on.
Yeah,
I don't know if the weather's
it's the atmosphere. It's playing havoc, I think, of everybody's gear.
Yeah, I think so. We've got Wayne in the wings. He keeps dropping in and out, so we'll bring Wayne in shortly when he comes back in. Now, we'll get Spot the Ball up. Let's get Spot the Ball up first. So if you haven't had a go, everyone, we'll get the old Spot the Ball up here. Have a guess. Vic, I think you've got all the names down, haven't you? So, that's just we'll get the answers closer to the time on Sunday. We will get the answer out there. Now, I'm going to say something about this. I did watch back the show from Sunday, and there was a few people going, oh, he won't put it there, or he won't put it there, and he won't put it there. Well, I'll tell you what, this is a good one. It really is. So have a go. You can win 2 tickets for the Bristol City game next Tuesday. Get your guesses in. And on Sunday, you got till 6 o'clock Sunday night to get your guesses in. And we will draw the winner on Sunday night, and you can win 2 tickets for the Bristol City game this coming Tuesday. So there you go. What did you guess, Vic? What did you guess on Sunday?
I guess 17.
17. And Claudio?
17 as well, actually.
Yeah.
17 as well. Okay, cool. Like it. So there's your spot the ball. So get your guesses in, guys. Have a little go at that. Got some nice comments coming in straight away before we carry on. Paul Hughes says, good evening all, PUSB. Yeah, good evening, Paul. Paul, I think you're in the upper tier tomorrow. We'll have to grab that beer. So we'll grab that tomorrow night. Cov Andy says, when it comes up, evening all, brilliant intro. Thank you very much. Got a good surprise for you at 8 o'clock, Cov Andy, so stay tuned. Gower 87 says, evening, mate. Good evening, Gower. Great to see you on tonight. Catty Cads, evening all. Janet says evening. Catty Cad says number 13. Gower 87 says 13. Rich Cowley says 19. Paul Thomas has come in. Who the Wonky 9? Oh, is there Wonky 9? Sorry. I tell you what, people do not notice these things, don't they? It's so clever that you pick up on all this. I'll tell you. Adam Shaw says number 11, and Sky Blue Sarah, sorry. I'm going for the utterly ridiculous 23 spot the ball. There you go. So really good. And Hector says good evening all. Now I think we've got Wayne in the wings. Let's see if we can get him in. Are you there, Wayne?
Yeah, I'm here now. I've had to come on my phone. I don't know what's happening.
Brilliant.
It's clear to everybody.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Something's playing up tonight. It really is playing up. Now, listen, there was a little bit of a funeral today. Let's get the pictures up. So it was Hazel's funeral today. If anyone out who's watching tonight and went, could you let us know what it was like, please? Unfortunately, I was at work, couldn't get there, and the other guys were as well. So if you could let us know how it went. But the Coventry City Sky Blue Army, they sent some flowers in. Here you go. That's lovely, isn't it? There's even an FA Cup on there somewhere. I think it's down at the bottom of the U. So that's absolutely wonderful what the Sky Blue Army have done there. So well done. So I hope it all went well. If anyone did go, please let us know how it went. That would be absolutely brilliant. Now, we have got a good show coming up on a week Sunday, Claudio.
Right.
Tell everyone what it is a week Sunday.
We have the fantastic Gary Thompson coming on to do a Q&A. So, with what happened last weekend, it's and what Gary went through in his early part of his career, it'd be a good show. It'd be a really good show, especially as he played for us and Sheffield Wednesday. So it'd be a very, very good show. And Gary's the top bloke. You only have to ask him one thing, and he'll talk for half an hour. So it's fantastic to have him on.
Yeah, and you'll be hosting that. So if anyone wants to get any comments in and on the night, they can ask questions. I'm sure Gary will be more than willing to ask. As it's called now, FC 24. 5 weeks, 3 team of the weeks players. We've had Callum Hare, we've had Sakamoto, and we've had Ben Sheaf. Now, I know it's a video game, but we are the only team in the championship in the game to have had 3 team of the players. Will pointed out to me today. I mean, guys, I know it's only a video game, but Claudio, that's the millions and millions of people that play FIFA or FC 24. That's a great achievement, isn't it?
Oh, I think it's great, actually, and it's fun, isn't it, as well? I mean, especially because there's big people who play it who support Premier Leagues haven't got a clue who these players are. That's what I find it's quite funny as well. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously with the Tats, he's going to have fans anyway in Holland and Belgium where he was playing. Was it Holland or Belgium? And in Japan as well. So yeah, well, as we know, we've got 4 Japanese listeners, haven't we, on Spotify, which is interesting. So that's
on YouTube. On YouTube,
sorry, yeah. So I presume they're his relatives. So arigato.
I mean, waiting to have that on a video game, it is something special, isn't it? Because I'm not being funny. FC24, they haven't got the kit right? They've put a navy collar. So I'm looking up to me right here. There is a spider in my bar, and there is no lie. It's like a tarantula. It is that bloody big. I've never
Has
seen.
it been on your pop?
I'm worrying. It's going to move over above my head because I don't like spiders. It's huge. Oh, it's moving. Oh, oh bloody hell. But I'll tell you something though, Wayne. It's a brilliant achievement, isn't it? It's brilliant.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not into me video games as such. Not now. I'm getting old, but yeah, it's a massive recognition of what the team are doing, isn't it? You know, I look at the teams of the week, and we all seem to have got a player in there lately.
Yeah, every week, I think in December. So I don't know where it's gone. It's gone. I don't know where it's gone. It's gone. But yeah, I mean, it's a massive achievement. And Vicky, do you play video games, Vic? Do you ever go on FIFA?
Yeah, I've not got a recent one. That might be FIFA 21 or something. But yeah, I'd play a bit of that.
Yeah, and to have three. I mean, Ben Sheaffield in it. I mean, it's just brilliant. I mean, Will's taking the mickey out of me.
Yeah,
Will's taking the mickey out of me because I got him in my team. He says you got to take him out. Robin Thatcher's just come on. He's gone evening. We've been round Robins tonight, and he's like, you got to take him out your team. I said, no chance. They're staying in my team. That's it. They're not coming out of my team. It's just brilliant stuff. So yeah, but Paul, you need to get help about the spider. Bloody do, it's flipping huge. It's absolutely huge. Never seen anything like it. So that's enough about that. Now, rumor mills going around. We hate the rumors. We're going to talk about Sheffield Wednesday late about 8 o'clock. But rumors coming out all over social media. Wayne, we'll come to you on this one. Callum O'Hare to Leicester.
Well, I just think that's a rumour. I think because on their fans forum they were saying how well he played against them. I think they're taking the mickey a little bit personally. I think he'll go in the summer personally. You know, he's got options to stop with us if we go up or go in the summer, isn't he? So I can see why he's hanging on. But I think the Leicester thing's just rumours and fans forums personally.
Yeah, I think it's got to be rumours. Vicky, I mean, big rumours, aren't they? Surely.
Well, also it makes no sense really for Leicester to spend money. They'd have to spend a bit of money now, wouldn't they? And it's not worth it. When in a few months they could get it for free. So yeah, I think it's rumours.
And I read somewhere today that they've gone in for another player anyway, and that would probably negate Callum O'Hare anyway.
Yeah. I mean, their squad, Claudio, their squad is. I mean, they don't need him, do they? The only reason they want him is to take us out of the equation. That's the only reason they want him, to hurt us. They don't want him really, do they?
That Casadei's gone back, but they've just signed another Italian for $2 million, I think, today. So they don't need him. They don't need him. I mean, we think Callum's great, and of course he is for us. But there's better players than Callum O'Hare in the Premier League. You know, we think he's brilliant, but there are much better players. And I mean, clubs would have come in for him earlier. You know, before he got injured. I mean, they can see what quality he is. I'm not too fussed. I mean, I posted that the conversation with Mark Robbins on Facebook for people to see, and he's basically said the club have given him a contract, and it's a nice one too. So he's basically saying it's up to him now what he's going to do. So I just think we just support the lad, get him to do the best he can for us, and then see what happens at the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care where he goes either. If he does leave, I'm not bothered. I think people get too wound up. He might go to Leicester. He might go to Villa. Who cares where he goes? You know, it does not bother me one bit whatsoever. You know, we've had players from. I mean, Gary Thompson, who's coming on, is a Villa fan in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
You know, and he played for us. You know, and he played for the Baggies, and he played for West Brom. You know what I mean? It makes no odds really. So I'm, you know, and as for the Ben Sheaf rumour, that's another one, isn't it? Mate, you know, I mean, there's going to be a dozen clubs interested in these players. They're good enough to be interested in. You know, that's obvious. Why would he go to Luton when he'd be back in the Championship next season? That makes no sense either.
At least Ben's got 2 years left on his contract.
Yeah, and also, they're not going to offer him the money he'd get if he went to a West Ham or he went to a Brighton or he went to a Brentford. So they're just rumours. I think people are bored, aren't they? Because we're doing so well.
Yeah.
Talk about. Yeah.
I mean,
And also,
Vicky, Ben.
Sorry,
Go on.
Miles. There's another thing, and which is something I never picked up on at the forum, is when Callum went on about his Spanish teacher. And I was going to, because we weren't allowed to mention stuff about contracts, I wanted to say, why are you learning Spanish? And I thought, that's going to start the rumours off, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you never know, do you? You never know. Why would you want to learn Spanish? You can't afford to do it.
You should have asked the question. But
I should have done.
I mean, Vicky, this Ben Sheaf one, I mean, do you remember when we were saying a couple of seasons ago, he weren't at Arsenal for no reason. There's a player there. He's going to be brilliant. We interviewed him a couple of months ago, Claudio. He was on stage and he was just a true professional, wasn't he, Vic? And you could see how grown up he's become since he's joined Coventry City and how good he's become. And to have a comment from Mark Robbins last week is like Brian Robson. It's phenomenal, isn't it, Vic?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's gone even further, hasn't he, in his sort of further interview, praising him, his attitude generally in life. I mean, like really sort of glowing praises. And he just seems like a sensible lad with his head screwed on. And like Claudio said, why would you go to Luton? It's just the most ridiculous career move ever at this stage. You've got 2 years on your contract here. You know there'll be clubs interested in you, like you sort of Wolves, Brightons, like West Ham's, like even maybe a Crystal Palace, and they're going to offer more money and be more stable in the Premier League. So this just makes no sense at all. Like,
yeah. I mean, Wayne, if you're offered more money to go and live in Luton for a better job, would you go?
I'd commute. Anybody's going to move to a better, more money, aren't they? I mean, there's no loyalty in football anymore, is there really?
No. It's short career, isn't it? Now, it's short career, and it's you just never know what's going to happen, do you? And
he's just experienced that with his injury, hasn't he?
And
with his ACL.
And how many
we were talking?
players,
We were talking last night. Go on.
How many players do more than 5 years at one club nowadays? Not many.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's just natural, isn't it? It's just not many players stay more than 5 years at a club.
Yeah. Listen, we've got a comment coming here. Dave McGee's coming. He says, "Evening, guys. I was with the Mad Hatters today for Hazel Hill's funeral. Cov fans did her proud. Brilliant. That's great to hear, David. Thank you so much that you managed to get there. Well done. And thanks for the update. That's absolutely brilliant." Oh, this is a good one. David Granahan Jr. has come on. "I've just heard that Hamer has been seen with King and Robbins. It's been meant to believe that we are getting him back on loan till the end of the season with the option to buy. Do you guys think this is true?" Let's bring Wayne back in. Wayne, did you see that, Wayne?
Yeah, I've just read that. I hope it is. I mean, I've heard a rumour as well that Sheffield United have stopped him coming to watch our games. I don't know how true that is, but I don't think he's in Chris Wilder's plans, is he? I don't think as in the first 11. So I don't know. Why not?
I mean, Vic watched it last Sunday. He just doesn't look the player that he was with us. He looked tired. His face, he looked tired in his face. He didn't look himself, did he?
No, it was a wrong move, wasn't it? I mean, we all know, like, it's better money, but money isn't everything, is it? I think, like, you're losing week in, week out. You're not getting to play your real game. I think it's an example to some other players about how careful you have to be about the choice you take just to jump for the first decent money offer, because if it's the wrong club, you're going to be miserable for a long time. And and also not really get the opportunity to show what sort of play. Like, he's not showing the attributes that we know that he's got because he's not getting the opportunity for show, because they don't have the ball enough, they're not like pressing enough. All the things that we know he can do, he's barely shown to anybody now, is he? So it's not like it's going to be people knocking down the door to sort of to take him on again. I think he set his career back a little bit, to be honest. But
yeah, I agree.
He's an example to players about being careful about the move you take, not just like jumping at the first like big money move that you can take.
Yeah, I think with O'Hare, I think his parents are going to have a big say in it as well. I think he listens to his mum and dad a lot, so hopefully that they'll say, "Look, you love it at Cov. The Cov fans love you. Just even if it's an extended year, just do it because you're creating something magical." Glenn, good evening, Glenn. Hope you're all right, mate. Has put a comment up here that he's seen on Facebook. Don't shoot the messenger, but this isn't from Glenn. This is what he found on Facebook a minute ago. Don't shoot the messenger, but from a trusted source who confirmed Torp, MVE, and Wright. So they talked about those signings. Pretty sure it's true. My missus works on the main desk. Gus and his lad in his Cov kit walked in with Doug King and Robbins earlier, along with 2 security guards. I'm hearing from my pal in the room staff and hope it's true. Lights are on and something defo. Can anyone? I don't know what else that says there because it doesn't carry. I mean, if
I think Miles has got the gremlins.
That spider chewing through the wire.
Yeah. Miles, do you want to log out and log back in again?
There's something about tonight.
So what do you think, Wayne? Would it be a good move to have him back?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. He's going to play week in, week out, isn't he? Even though our squad's improved, for me, that's the icing on the cake, really. And like Vicky says, I totally agree. He's not in the shop window again now, and surely he'd be looking for a bigger move from Sheaffield. And he's just not showing his wares, is he?
Yeah, I think. I mean, obviously, we'd have him back. It's how you strengthen the squad, and it wouldn't be the first player to go somewhere and come straight back again. I mean, I saw him last Sunday as well, and I just don't know. I don't think he's a very good fit for Sheffield United. To be honest, if had he gone to Leicester or even Southampton, that would have made more sense as a footballer, the way they play the game.
Yeah.
Or even Leeds, But
yeah.
I know they're not in the top flight, but I mean, the chances are they'll go straight back up again, as opposed to Sheffield United are just going to come straight back down.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, of course, if we're getting back for the last few months, it's got to be good, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It adds to what we've got as well, doesn't it? Massively. And I mean, we haven't seen Torp yet either, have we?
No, we haven't. You back with us, Miles?
I am. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah.
We were worried that the spider took you.
Yeah, brilliant.
He's gone again.
All right.
Blue set. The lights are on. The lights are on. Have I gone again? Unbelievable.
You're just
tonight in the system. I should be back now, surely. Surely I'm back. Sorry about this, guys. It must be the gremlin. It's definitely that spider. I reckon he's definitely chewing all the wires. Catty Cads has come on and he says, never listen to rumours. But we've always been a selling club. History will tell you that mortal sin if O'Hare signs for Festa. He ain't going to Leicester. He can't go to Leicester. Never in a million years is he going. I can't have that. I'll be so upset if he goes.
I've got to say that some of the Cov rumours, over the past year or so, I think have been quite spot on as well.
Yeah. Well, there's some crazy ones out there as well, isn't
He's
there?
gone again.
He needs to pay the
Gonna get-
bills, isn't he?
Oh, funny.
Well, Aaron says if we go up, he stays with us, I reckon. And if not, then he goes in the summer and would understand it if he did. He's been great for us and a terrific player. Deserves to play in the Prem.
But could we not get him on a year's extension with a sell-on clause? You know, if a team comes in for a certain amount of millions, that we then have to let him go.
I've got a feeling, Wayne, they've just given him a straight contract, probably a 3-year deal or something.
Yeah,
and it sounds like a good one from what it's interesting that Robbins has come out now. He's been a bit more vocal, isn't he? Don't you reckon, Vicky, about the contract?
Yeah, I'm saying he thinks it's a good one. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't do that normally. Doesn't do that.
Well, hopefully we've learned, you know, from the Hamer, you know, situation, because I think we might have been able to keep him. Maybe not so much Gyökeres. I think he was gone and his head was elsewhere. But, you know, hopefully we've learned, or Doug King's learned from the Hamer situation, and hopefully has offered, you know, Callum a little bit more. I don't know.
The thing is, as well, that to a certain degree, the problems with those three players and losing them was all still part of the legacy from Sisu, wasn't it? Like, we've got players now tied up on better long-term contracts. I can't imagine that Doug King will be letting any of these like whittle down to like 6 months or something crazy like that. So
yeah,
I feel like we've got a better grasp on that now. So if we lose players that we've brought in now, that people are going to have to pay decent money for them. That'll be how it'll work now. And you have to accept that. Like people say about us being a selling club. Every club's a selling club. Every player's got a price. Unless you're like, I don't know, Real Madrid or someone, or PSG, I suppose, is a better example, with all the money. Everybody's got a price for somebody. Like, so it's not. It's just about making sure that you get the best money for your assets, so that you can reinvest it. And it feels that under King we would do that better than we have done historically.
I mean, for me, the timing of his injury hasn't helped, has it? Because obviously we weren't going to offer him a contract while he was injured with the injury he'd got as well. So the timing of the injury hasn't helped at all, has it?
The trouble is as well, he said that he didn't sign a contract while he was injured, is the rumour. If that's true, I just feel that, and then he goes on a free, I just feel that whole, it's just slightly disappointing that we couldn't come to some sort of agreement while he was out, just even like a year or something, just to protect the club. So that's just a bit frustrating.
It's a gamble, though, isn't it? It is a gamble to do that. Look at Jody Jones.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I've said it before, there are other players out there. It's just got to accept if he moves on, he moves on. I mean, if you look at Newcastle, they've got supposedly, well, they're run by a state, aren't they? And they've still got to sell players because of financial fair play. No matter how much money you got in the bank, you've got to follow certain rules. So we're not going to break the bank to keep Callum. There's no need to. There's no need to.
The disappointment is losing him for no money, isn't it? That's if that's just a shame. Like if we were going to lose him, it's just a shame. It's going to be for nothing. That's the shame.
Got Sky Blue Sam says O'Hare's worth more than any transfer fee we'd get now. Need to keep him and get us to the players. I mean, you got to keep hold of him. Really. Yeah. I mean, if you look at, you're not going to get more than a couple of million for him in this transfer window.
No, because there's no one that's desperate, is there? The only way you'd get a lot of it is if there was someone, like say for example, I don't know, like a Leicester or a Leeds or someone was still mid-table and they were thinking, oh, we're gonna have to invest in some players and try and drag ourselves up the table. You could probably like con someone then into spending a lot of money on even though he's only got 6 months left on his contract. But none of those sorts of teams are doing badly, so there's nobody that's going to be desperate to bring him in. So no one's going to give enough money, are they? That's the thing.
No, is Miles back with us? I can see him nodding.
So am I all right now? I'm back.
Yeah, you can hear you. You can talk now. I'm getting a bit dry.
Oh, what a nightmare. Spot the ball. Let's get Spot the Ball up. If you haven't had a go yet, have a go. You can win 2 tickets to the game on Tuesday night against Bristol City. You've got till 6 o'clock on Sunday to get your answers in. You can email us. The email will be coming across the bottom of the screen while the show's going ahead. So get your emails across, or you can message tonight on the comments. And Vic's taking notes, and we can get you in the draw to win 2 tickets to see Coventry versus Bristol City this week coming. We've also got the statue appeal for George and John. If you go onto our YouTube channel, you can see the link in the description. You can click on there. It's a GoFundMe page for George and John statue, trying to raise £87,000. And the account number there for the Sky Blues in the community, you can click the details in there and you can transfer the money direct to them as well. So, if you haven't donated yet, only, if you put a £5 a week on the lottery, just use one of those fivers and put it towards the George and John statue. It'd be really, really appreciated. And I'm sure Joe Elliott and all his sponsors and everyone would be really appreciated of that as well. And don't forget, if you donate £500, you can have your name on the plinth for the George and John statue. So there we go. So we have got our Sheffield Wednesday fan joining us soon. We're going to take a little ad break, and then I've got a little surprise for you. And it's courtesy of Mr. View Sky. He sent me over something today, and it's absolutely wonderful. So I hope you all enjoy it. So we'll take a quick ad break, and we'll be straight back with you.
Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
Yeah, welcome back to Sky Blue Fans TV. I'm Miles Carroll. I'm your host for this evening, but my signal keeps dropping out, so Claudio and Vicky are jumping in for me if it does drop out. And we've got Wayne. Good evening, Wayne. We're all having a little chat about the up-and-coming game tomorrow night. We'll be getting onto that very shortly. We've got Andy waiting in the wings, and we've got Luke Carter's joined us now. So good evening, Luke. So we'll get Andy on very shortly. I've got a little surprise for you. Andy, I hope you enjoy this. This is courtesy of Mr. View Sky. I'll play the video.
Regis. Bennett steps over the attentions of Madden. Regis! Now, Cyril Regis with just Hodge to beat, and he has! Flicked on. Shelton hunting and Mexon! Regis lets it run under his feet to Houchen. Houchen, has he made himself space? Oh, he came off the defender! It's an own goal! Houchen will take the credit. Wellington. Oh, it's fallen in the path of Houchen! It's number 3! It's all over now! And Houchen salutes the Coventry supporters.
Quarter-final goals for Coventry versus Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup in '87. Now, that was on the road to something special for us. So don't forget, please go and donate. You can donate as little as £5 to the statue for George and John. The donations at the moment is up to £17,507, and they're trying to raise £87,000. So they need another, what's that, £70,000. Well, yeah, £70,000. So please, if you can, £5, it'd be absolutely wonderful. And that was one of the games that took us to the final, which we all know about. Now, listen, I wasn't here last week for this guy, and I've heard this guy's brilliant. I've heard he's absolutely amazing. So we're going to get him on. And Luke, we'll come to you shortly, and we'll have a little chat with you when Andy's been on, and we'll get your score predictions and everyone. But please welcome Andrew. Good evening, Andrew.
To all you Sky Blues, can you hear me?
And
I can hear you.
we can hear
me?
you.
See me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They have to wait.
Yeah, you all right? How are you? You all right?
I've got someone at the door, but they have to wait. I'm on TV here now, so they have to wait. Goodbye. Right. Okay. Get your priorities right. Let's talk about football. Someone knocking at the door. Who are they coming in at this time of night? See, there's comedy for you. You weren't expecting it in the immediate comedy when this show starts.
You set that up.
Comedy has to follow tragedy. You already gave me tragedy by reminding me of the 14th of March, 1987. I don't want to remember that. I don't need to see that again. Nightmare.
Yeah, well, we're doing these little clips, right? Each week we have little clips from a guy called Mr. View Sky. Head over to his channel; it's brilliant. And
Right. I want him to find the
he
clip
said
from the 30th of January. Find him the clip of the 30th of January, 1984, in the 4th round. Is what we're playing tomorrow. And Claudio was there. I wasn't, sadly. 3-2. Get in there. Get that clip on.
there you
Neil
are.
Sterling penalty.
There you are. Now,
Bannister and Shirtley.
right?
We'll have that.
I want to know tomorrow, right? Tomorrow you've opened 2 stands for the home fans. Does this mean that Sheffield Wednesday are going to put out a weaker team?
I hope not. I don't want that. No. Danny wants this. We didn't put out a weakened team against Cardiff City. See, the thing is for you now, what you have to realise is you've got a president already been set. Cardiff City, like yourselves, also the same initials I might add, CCFC, did the double over us in the league this season, and unfairly so. Just as you did unfairly so, we should have got something out of that game last Saturday. End of story. But we can have that discussion later. All I'm saying to you is they did the double. They turned up at Hillsborough, FA Cup 3rd round, and we blitzed them 4-0. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
We're always afraid, Andy. Wherever we go, we're afraid because this is Coventry City we're talking about, and anything can go wrong at any time with our team. You know, we know that through the years.
Yeah, but you're on a good run at the moment. You are dangerous.
Yeah,
you are very dangerous. So we need you to rest your players. Think about Bristol City next week. Far more important, fish to fry there. Get your second team out, or you have 1 or 2 first team players. I know one certain player who certainly won't be coming anywhere near 6. That's another story. But at the end of the day, just get them out, rest them, give a few kids a run out, and then let us get through there, get in that 5th round draw. Thank you very much.
Well, I'll be bearer of bad news for you here, Andrew, because Mark Robbins is from the chairman, Doug King, and Doug Cup run. Okay, so it means that we're going to have virtually the first team goalkeeper and probably one of the centre defenders will come out.
All right. Fair enough. And this is why Chris Sutton went for a draw and Coventry to win the replay. Well, we don't want a draw. If we don't win replays, we can avoid them. But then again, I'd rather have a replay than a loss. I don't want to go out on Saturday. Now, you're not doing the treble over us. It's not happening. No.
It's going to be a funny atmosphere. It's going to be a funny atmosphere tomorrow night, isn't it? Because of what happened last week. It is going to be a funny atmosphere. Now, Mark Robbins has come out and said that Casey Palmer can make his own mind up about tomorrow. I think, personally, myself, that Casey Palmer will play or want to play, just so he doesn't feel like that he's beaten. But, I mean, going on to that last weekend, I mean, if it's a hard situation for normal club.
Right, you brought it up, okay? Let's put our cards on the table. You brought it up. I wasn't there, so I'm only watching the match from on live stream. So I wasn't at the game, I was watching the live stream. But I'm reliably informed by a guy who sent a letter. He stood literally on the Cop end, Wednesday end there, very near where all this major fraction was going. It was going on throughout the game. Casey Palmer not doing himself any favours whatsoever the way he was behaving throughout the game. This guy, Raymond Burton, his name is, has sent a letter to your chairman, sent a letter to the EFL, and he is absolutely incensed. He's been following Wednesday since 1949. He's been on that Cop since 1949. He said he's never, ever seen a single player behave as despicable behaviour as him in one match. And the 2 main highlights, which I think would go further, I know he's playing the racist card, and this is the problem that Wednesday have to deal with, fair enough, but he actually made a ball girl cry, and he insulted a wheelchair fan, disabled fan. So he's taken advantage of his situation to upset a disabled player. Okay, we've got to get the evidence out on CCTV, and I've actually spoken to the main secretary at Hillsborough during the week, because I phoned up, I was incensed, I phoned the club. He said they're two separate issues. Well, I said, well, to me, they're interlinked. The guy hadn't been behaving the way he was behaving. I don't think that racist remark or stuff that was thrown at him would have come out, not the way it did. You can only take so much, your neck being pushed up like that before you're going to suddenly let it go. And I'm not condoning any racism. I know exactly what it can be. But at the end of the day, you have to think to yourself, if it was the other way around, if a Wednesday player was doing it to your fans and made a ball girl cry, and a disabled fan abused a disabled fan, how would you feel?
We won't be racist, that's for sure.
Sorry?
We won't be racist, that's for sure.
Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But
There's plenty of banter, isn't there, that can go on.
Racism takes third place to me behind a disabled person and a child being reduced to tears. I'm sorry. Let's get our priorities right here. And I know the racist card because I've been there myself. I've got Greek origins. I keep telling students every day at school. I'm a teacher at school. And people laugh when I'm reading out their names sometimes. And I'm in schools where the majority of the surnames, especially in the West London area, you can imagine, are foreign. And I say to them, please don't laugh. When I was at my grammar school here, my Greek surname was one of only 5 or 6 foreign surnames in the entire school of 600, let alone, how many I'm getting here in just one class. So please never laugh at anyone's surname. So yeah, I've wiped out racism. I've tried to get rid of it. But I'm sorry, the priority is disability, probably close to my heart. So I have a younger brother, Down syndrome, and also children.
But Andy,
yeah.
But Andy, what that man did, no matter whatever's gone on the pitch or whatever else before, what that man did was not right. What that man
I'm not
did
saying it was right. I'm not saying it was right,
awful.
but he was pushed to it.
Awful.
He was pushed to it. I'm not saying it was right.
No excuse. Andy, no excuse.
No excuse. I tell you what, if I'd have been there, I'll tell you what, go back. He would never have pulled this stunt back in the 70s and 80s. And if I'd have been there and I'd have heard him, seen him making that girl cry or having to go at the disabled fan, trust me, somebody has to hold me back, stop me getting on the pitch to have a go at him. I'm sorry, that's just not right.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse for that behaviour. No matter what's gone on, I'll explain what I mean. The week before we played Leicester. The week before we played Leicester. Who was the player again, Claudio? Kicked the ball. Nafadidi kicked the ball into the crowd angrily. Okay. And no one did what your Sheffield Wednesday fan did to him. So there's whatever's gone on the pitch doesn't give him the excuse to do what he did with the body actions and everything at the end of the game.
You can make that statement, and I accept that you're saying that he kicked the ball into the crowd angrily. Sorry, that doesn't come anywhere near insulting a disabled fan and in abusing him and threatening him. I might add, this is what this letter is going to be all about. Trust me, it's gone. I've seen the copy of what he sent there. And also making a ball girl cry, reducing a ball girl to tears. Sorry, those two are totally out of order as far as I'm concerned, and he needs to be He shouldn't be anywhere near this.
Your fan, what I'm saying is your fan, no excuse for it. End of. So anyway, we're going to move on to the game.
Right.
Tomorrow.
Well, nowhere near me. If I ever see this guy, trust me, I don't want to think about it. I'll probably be arrested. Anyway, okay.
So tomorrow then, someone's come up here. He says, is there a reason why the pitch is the way it is? Because when we looked at the pitch Saturday, the pitch is like a League Two pitch. It's not one of the best. Is this because the owner wants to sell up and move on and he doesn't want to invest in anything around the ground or on the pitch?
Well, he's reduced his investments. He put the investments into the club, which were there. His dream was really came very close. I've already explained to the others. I know you weren't here last week, but to Claudio, we had Carlos Carbajal, who was our manager there, and we went so close to getting back to where we should be. Our first chance to return back to the promised land, as we call it, in 2016 and 2017, when we missed out on penalties, but it didn't happen. Now, obviously, our fans have been getting frustrated over the years with the way that Mr. Chancellor is behaving himself. And then he was literally going to pull the plug on any financial transaction whatsoever at one stage, saying, I'm not going to invest another penny into the club. So we were literally on the road to ruin with this, especially with this Cisco guy as manager at the start of this season. A nightmare. If we'd have had Danny Roll from the start, as I explained last week, we'd be challenging with you near the top half of the table. He's a very, very good manager. He's very astute. Got very good tactics. He's doing the best he can with the tools he's got at his disposal at the moment. We have got a couple of players that have come in so far, not many. Obviously, we need to get a few more, and we need to offload those that are not good enough at this level. At the end of the day, I'm sorry, the pitch is probably secondary. Our crucial factor now is to make sure we get the right players in the squad in there that's good enough to A, make sure we don't go down, and B, tries to show determination and playing for the shirt to want to challenge and do what your club's been doing and what your players are doing, trying to get back up to where we want to be.
So then, do you think that your club are going to go all out to try and win this, or they're going to save themselves for the league? Because obviously you're down there, you're at the bottom.
We've been a bit Jekyll and Hyde lately. We had a good run, and then we lost to you, and we lost to Southampton. So a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde. Southampton, obviously, we're winning. In fact, both of you, ironically, we played you both at the wrong time. You're both in full swing, both having cracking runs. At least we QPR, we beat Hull, we beat Preston away. We've had, and obviously thrashed Cardiff, as you know, in the FA Cup. We've got a chance. You're putting a strong team out, so it's not going to be easy. It depends how Danny's going to counter that. If he doesn't put a strong enough team out, we're going out. And I don't want that to happen. I want us to try and progress, obviously. So I hope we put a team out similar to last week and have another crack at you. And that way, the game could still go either way. The game last week could easily have gone either way. You won 2-1. Fair enough. It's all about scoring goals. We had as many shots on target as you did. 2 of yours went in. 1 of ours went in.
Yeah. I mean, it was a bit squeaky bum time towards the end, that's for sure. When there was a few little shots coming in, and it was getting parried away and things like that. So it did get to a little bit of squeaky bum time, and maybe we could have made it a little bit easier on ourselves by getting a third goal. Because I mean, it was a great atmosphere. It was absolutely fantastic. And is there a reason why they haven't opened up the whole ground for
the FA Cup's
tomorrow?
It's not being treated the way it should be, with the respect that it deserves to be treated. No, but having said that, the crowds, you turn the clock back quite a few years ago, I'll tell you, I was there, 5th of January 1973. We were in the old 2nd division, Coventry in the old 1st division, as it were. And I was there, and the crowd there that day, a 0-0 draw, was 16,799. Easily get that, even though it's lower than our league average at the moment. If they did open up the East Bank, as I call it, or the COP. And the return leg, you won 3-1, and the crowd was 13,700. No, Coventry always had less support, attendances than Wednesday. Wednesday have been the bigger club historically and have got the bigger fan base. So no one's going to dispute that. So it depends how they treat it. It's Friday night. Obviously, we lost the toss of the coin with Sheaffield United. They've got their match on a Saturday afternoon against Brighton. Hence, we got the Friday night game with yourselves. So it's a question of how we play. It's not live on TV, so that's not going to interfere with the crowd. If the fans... the prices at least have come down, so no excuse financially. It's still expensive these days watching football, as we know. But there's no excuse. Having beaten Cardiff, you think, we want it. We want to go for this. Let's turn up. And hopefully, why don't you open the COP? So try and get a bigger crowd. People can afford to pay a tenner, you think, and a chance of going into the 5th round of the FA Cup. And you get a lucky draw there. Before you know it, you're in the last 8. So, you've got to be positive. Think positive. Don't just throw it all away and say, it doesn't matter, and then just go get dumped out. I don't think that's the right attitude. And let's face it, people say, people aren't interested in the Cups. Of course they're interested in the Cups. Look what's happening in the League Cup final. It's Liverpool v Chelsea. It's the same suspects who actually, they might try and play down their interest in these trophies, but at the end of the day, they want to get their trophy. They want to get their hands on silverware. Simple as that. And it's very rare that any of the outside the usual suspects who've got the most financial backing are getting anywhere these days. It's refreshing when anyone ever does. In the FA Cup in recent years, we think of Wigan, Portsmouth aren't a small club, but of course they won it from a lower division position, but they are always been a big club. But it was refreshing that they managed to win the FA Cup. It's refreshing when any one of the non sort of mega financially backed clubs are winning things. So
yeah. Now, Claudio, you got a quiz for Andrew tonight, haven't you?
You sprung that one on me again.
It's actually for everybody. It's a general FA Cup quiz, so you can all have a go. So basically, if you want to, I'll put them up. Right.
Yep.
For everyone. Which club has won the FA Cup the most times?
Ooh, good one.
Arsenal. No, not. Arsenal.
Who do you think, everybody?
I think Arsenal as well.
Oh, Vicky,
Man
Arsenal.
United. Man United.
Wayne, Luke, what do you reckon?
Man United.
Wayne?
Yeah, I'll go United.
The answer
One of the
is
two.
the answer is Arsenal 14 times.
Yes, get in there.
Wow. Cool.
All right, next
And
question.
And I was there, just to add to that,
Okay.
1993, when they were very lucky to win it in the 122nd minute in the replayed final against us. Should have gone to penalties.
Is that another match you
There you
lost?
Tell me about it. How long have you got, Claudio? How long have we got here tonight?
In question 2, in 1971-72 season, Alf Church and Oxford City contested the most replays in FA Cup history. How many?
Ooh, don't know. I ain't got a
Let
clue
the
on
others
that one.
go
Probably
first.
what? 10? 10?
3.
What do you reckon, Andrew? Luke?
Right.
What was that?
Well, I'll give you a clue, first of all. I was there in 78, 79 when we played Arsenal 5 times in the third round. So obviously it's eclipsed that for starters. So let's have a think. It's going to be probably something like 6 or 7. So I'm going to say lucky 7.
The answer is 6.
Oh, it's close. 6 or 7. I did say it.
Whoa, there
When's
we
the
go.
Arsenal 5? Get in there.
Now, the next question, the Cov fans need to answer this first.
Good.
Okay, go on then.
So, in 1987, when Coventry City played Sheffield Wednesday in the quarterfinal, which other team could Coventry had played away had that team won the replay versus Wednesday in the 5th round?
19.
So, in 87, Wednesday had to win a replay before we played in the quarterfinals away. I have to say, I'm glad Wednesday won because I don't think we'd have beaten the other team.
I think you would have done, strange enough.
Ooh.
We beat them fair and square. I think you probably would have done.
I think it was West
West-
Ham. I'm sure
West
we covered
Brom.
this- West Brom. No, I think West Ham.
West Brom.
Luke?
Wayne?
I've got no idea.
No.
So
Wayne?
out of the misery.
I've got no idea.
Shall I tell you?
Andy? Go on then.
Yeah, it was West Ham. West Ham
It was
United.
West Ham.
We beat them, and that was I thought it was going to be our year, and then you spoil it.
We all spoil it. We'll
Right.
spoil it tomorrow
Question
night as
4.
well.
Question 4.
You outside.
Which Scottish club reached and lost 2 FA Cup finals? Which Scottish club reached and lost 2 FA Cup finals?
I'll let the others answer first. I think I might have this.
No,
I don't follow Scottish football, so I ain't got a clue. I don't even look at Scottish football. I don't look at the results or anything. Not a clue. Wayne?
Dundee.
Luke?
Say Heart.
Vicky?
I'll go Rangers.
I'll go Heart of Midlothian.
Andrew?
Right. Well, I'm torn between 2, and I'm thinking. Obviously, Berwick Rangers are based in England, but playing in Scotland. But the one that's in the back of my mind, I'm keep thinking were the team who did it were Queen's Park.
Correct. The answer is Queen's Park.
Yes, get in there.
Wow. Well, I never. Okay.
This
Right.
is why I'm known as the Stato.
Question 5. Which Southern League club, as in non-league, won the FA Cup in 1901? Now, if you know anything about cup winners, the one.
Yeah, Claudio, you shouldn't have said anything. You shouldn't have said anything. I had this already before you even mentioned that.
You could give me the answer, I wouldn't know, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Right, well,
I
I'll
did give
tell
me
you.
the answer. I wouldn't know either.
I'll tell you the answer then, shall I?
Go on,
Go
then.
on then.
Tottenham Hotspurs.
It's Tottenham Hotspurs won the FA Cup as a non-league club.
Exactly.
Wow.
Get in there.
That's
Haven't
good.
I got right? 5. I think I got 5 out of 5. Or
Mate,
very
three
close to-
you've got
very
right.
close.
You got 3, Andy.
Tottenham Hotspur is in the covers.
No, I have not. I've got more than 3. No chance.
You got 3.
More
I mean,
than 3.
in 1901, there's probably, I don't know how many teams entered the FA Cup, but
Yeah, it was
as
a
a-
smaller composition.
as
much
a
smaller.
non-league club, you had a chance because if you've got to remember, a lot of the posh clubs were amateurs anyway. Old
Yeah.
Carthusians, Oxford University, Royal Engineers, none of them were professional clubs.
Yeah.
Right.
Question
Next
6.
one
So then
then.
7 questions. Question 6. Which Midland club are the only club to gain promotion and win the FA Cup in the same season?
Oh, that's a tough one.
So they basically won Division 2 and they won the FA Cup at the same time.
Yeah.
Midland club. There's not many of them that are capable of winning it.
Wolves.
Wolves.
That's who I would be going for. I'm torn between Wolves and Villa. I will go for Wolves.
Wolves.
West
Vicky?
Brom. West Brom.
Oh.
Just
Vicky's right. It's West Brom.
West Brom, well done.
Vicky.
Well, they're certainly in the
stuff.
first division where they won it in '68, where they beat Everton 1-0 and Jeff Astle scored. That's for sure.
There we go. Right. Last
Right,
one.
Question 7. In 1963, which 2 teams had their match postponed 15 times because of the Big Freeze? The third round match scheduled for January the 5th was finally played on March the 8th. That's a record, by the way.
It's got to be up north. It's got to be up north, isn't it? Got to be if it's frozen.
Well, the big freeze affected everywhere. It happened down here as well. I remember it. I'm old enough to remember that freeze, but to remember this match is ridiculous.
Wow. I'll say Sheffield Wednesday for the crack.
No, I don't think recall that happening to us.
So,
March the 8th. 60.
Wayne.
Barnsley.
right, and shall I tell
Vicky.
you?
Vicky, hold on, Vic.
I said hold on.
Hold on. Robin Fletcher says Everton versus Liverpool. Luke, have a guess.
2 teams.
I'm probably going to say I put like Barnsley as well. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Go on in, Claudio.
Well, the game was eventually played on March the 8th, and Coventry City beat Lincoln 5-1.
You lightweights. You didn't even get your own team. Terrible.
Wow. Oh, too young, mate.
Good
Don't
shout,
know
Claudio.
that.
Well done. Good shout.
That season, we played, I think it was something like 11 or 12 matches in the space of a month. It was less than a month, actually, probably 3 weeks. It was ridiculous. We weren't the only ones. It was that bad. And we
Wow.
could have got promoted, and we basically ran out of players because in those days, there's no substitutes. So, yeah, there you go.
We went out in the fourth. We went out in the fourth round that season.
Let's get to scores then for tomorrow. Let's get to the scores, and then we'll let Andy crack on then. Claudio, we'll come to you first. You're coming up to Sheffield tomorrow.
Yep.
Give us a score for tomorrow, Claudio.
I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw, and we end up with a replay. I don't think we'll do 3 in a row.
Replay. Okay. Vicky, go with you.
1-0.
What's that?
1-0.
To
Oh,
Wednesday.
1-0. Okay. 1-0.
Have a try.
Okay. Luke, we'll come to you. Give us a score. You're coming up with me tomorrow.
I am, yeah. 1-0.
1-0 as well. Wayne, come to you.
0-3.
Nah, sure.
0-3. Okay. And Andy, we're
Lucy
coming
in
to
the
you.
sky with
before we
diamonds
see
is
you
0-3 business. You said 0-3 for the league match. That never happened. Not a chance. Now, I'm still a hopeful 1-0 win for Wednesday. I am. Even I don't care who you play. We're going to have a go. I'm hoping we're going to have a go. I hope. But so you ask the question now because we have no idea who's playing. If you ask me the question tomorrow night and see the lineups, then I might have more of an idea. So at the moment, it's guesswork as to who turns up on the night. But
that's why we do it. That's why we do it, Andy.
Sorry?
1-0 win. 1-0 win to Sheffield.
not Sheffield. Never ever say Sheffield, please. For Wednesday. There is 2 teams in Sheffield. You better believe it, but only one that matter. Us, Sheffield Wednesday. Now, before I leave you all, it is Burns night, so I better read you my Sheffield Wednesday poem before I bail out of here, which is the reason why I followed my team in the first place.
Yeah, we've got to go. We've got to crack on now, Andy. We haven't got time, so we've got to crack on.
Oh, you missed out. It's Burns night, poetry night. All right. Well,
we're running out of time.
Make sure you order my book. It's on Amazon. Order it.
Have a good luck, mate. Take care. Thanks for coming on.
Welcome.
See you later. There we go. There we are. There's the opinions of Sheffield Wednesday. So,
I wouldn't say they were. Well, I wouldn't say they were the wholly opinions of Sheffield Wednesday. To be fair.
No, minority.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
So
Some interesting comments in as well. I thought, okay, yeah. So everyone who's commenting in, yeah. So it didn't exactly go to plan, but yeah, I don't know where you can take off from that one, because
thing is,
that's the first. That's the first I've heard. That's the first I've heard of anything that Casey's done. So,
and I've had a look at some of the Sheffield forums as well. I've read through them, and that's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's bullshit. And I will say bullshit. So
I mean, I've seen some of the comments that people have put, but sometimes you need to let people come on, and you can see what you're up against sometimes, and that's the problem we've got. And,
this is the problem. Will and I were talking about it this week, and Sheffield Wednesday, fair play to the club. They put so all those guys that made comments on the right hand side, thank you so much. But we were talking about it, and Sheffield Wednesday made this video yesterday about racism, kicking it out, blah 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 blah, and Wednesday's fans, or Sheffield Wednesday fans, were commenting on the video, and one comment come up from a Sheffield Wednesday fan: woke. Right, there's no woke about it, but and Will looked at me when he read it out, and he goes, "You're never going to get rid of it. We're never going to get rid of it." And for me, what can we do? What can we do to stop this from carrying on? No matter what a player's done on the pitch, it doesn't give you the right to do what has been done. And it wasn't just here, it was in Spain, it was in Italy. But when you're getting comments like that from their own club doing a nice video, where do you go, Claudio? Where do you go? If
in Italy, they dealt with it. Have they shut the ground for 3 games or something and banned the fans? Is that what they've done straight away? They've acted on it straight away. One game.
Yeah.
Well,
one game.
They should do the same for Sheffield straight away, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Is that not penalising the majority?
Well, hopefully the majority might turn around and batter him. I'm sorry, no, I shouldn't say batter him, but you know what I mean.
I mean, he got arrested today, didn't he? He got arrested today, didn't he?
Yeah, but he needs.
Sometimes it has to affect the majority, so that they take a stand against the minority, don't you? That's what you've got to do.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
Generation.
Yeah.
Born, and you don't see a 3 or 4-year-old using that language. Kids in their nursery or their class, they pick up the parents. That's where it's got. That's where it's got. 9 times out of 10, when you look like that, that's where it comes. It's usually mostly from the. I'm not going to say.
Yeah, Luke, your line's really bad, Luke. You're cutting out, kidder. Oh.
I'm just. It is. It's with our environment and kids. When kids everything people to them. That's their mum or their dad or both. That's where.
I hate talking about this because it's ridiculous and it's giving it airtime. But does that not affect their team as well? Because obviously, the majority of their players compared to ours were black, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't understand how you can put it toward an individual when it's a collective, if you know what I mean.
Rich Corley, come on. Sorry, Rich. To be honest with you, I missed that bit where you said he threatened. I missed that. I'm really sorry. I've got gremlins in the system tonight, so I'm really sorry. Otherwise, I would have pulled him up on it. So I do apologise if I didn't pull him up on it. So I didn't hear that part. To be honest with you, it was hard to hear a lot of it, what he was saying, because he was shouting a lot as well. So when you shout a lot on these streams, you don't really hear it, do you? So you know, it's.
And plus, you haven't seen it himself. He wasn't there, was he?
No, and he weren't there. No.
You know, he's gone on one. He's only quoted one person, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You know, he's quoted one person out of how many thousands?
Yeah. Mark Harrington's come on. He says, "No one is born racist. It's how you were brought up." Yeah, a lot of education.
I think that's Luke was saying, yeah.
So let's just hope tomorrow night we go and punish them. And I mean, I don't know what you think, Claudio, or Vic. I think tomorrow night Robbins is going to go all out for it, to be honest with you, and say up yours sort of thing. Do you, Claudio?
I think I'll put a decent side out. To be honest, Miles, even with the players on the bench, we're good enough to beat them. Yeah, we're good enough to beat them. And I just think it might be a draw because I'm just going on statistics. It's just very rarely you beat somebody 3 games in a row in such a short space of time. But yeah, I mean, the draw wouldn't be a great result at all, would it? To be honest, you know, we need to win it and get a decent draw in the next round. I mean, I think it'd be great because I'll be wearing all the two-tone gear. There'd be quite a few of us in the old two-tone. So
yeah, not mine.
Yeah, I think we just got to. Yes, Casey plays, we get behind him, and we do it for the 90 minutes. I reckon. If he's on the pitch, just keep chanting his name out the whole game.
Yeah, and also what you realise is it's not just Casey Palmer. You look at everyone we've got. Saka, they might have made that sort of comment. Also got Sakamoto, Milan Banewi. It doesn't matter what sort of.
Yeah.
When someone makes a comment like that towards another culture, the same thing they know damn well fine they'd make it. They're the same about Sakamoto. So I just think or night we're going to and you know prizes don't come out all played like Mark Robin.
Yeah, Vic. Tomorrow, what do you reckon? How do you think Mark Robbins is going to play this?
I think he'll go strong, won't he? I think he's done the right thing in saying it's down to Casey whether he plays or not, because only he knows how he's feeling mentally and whether he's prepared or not. So I think that's the right thing. That's the thing with Robbins. He knows his players and respects his players, and I think it's a two-way thing, isn't it? And so, but I think we'll go strong. I think all of the players will be looking to do their best for Casey as much as anything, and so I think what Claudio said really. Sorry, I'm just feeling Andrew just made me really uncomfortable because I just really strongly disagree with his view.
Yeah, I was disappointed because I think but in some ways I'm glad people could hear it because I think that's what people got to realise what they're up against.
Yeah,
everybody thinks the guy's made those horrible gestures, and that there's only one person doing it, so there's only one person who's a racist. But that clearly shows there's more than one person. So you know, and it's a stage where we have to speak up. We have to speak up, you know, and be brave, basically.
I mean, I started going to matches at 1980, late 79. And my all-time great player, as everyone knows when I talk about this player, is Cyril Regis. And he was just an absolute legend for me, Cyril. He was just out of this world. He was just flipping brilliant. And he'll be up there now, turning his bloody grave with what's gone on again and again and again and again. It just doesn't seem to have gone away. And I know we're meant to be here talking about the football, and we're not. We're talking about this blooming thing again from last week. It's just, we should be here talking about that. We're going to go there tomorrow night. We're going to absolutely tramp them, and we're going to walk all over them, and we are going to walk. We are going to win it tomorrow. So, but yeah, it's just a shame we're having to talk about it. Catty Cads, come on. Hope the pitch is a lot better tomorrow, as it was atrocious last week. Do you know what though? I mean, that pitch last week, it was bad, but I can't see how it's going to be improved this week. So I think it's probably going to be even worse, especially with the weather that we've had, the wind and the rain and things like that. So it's just going to be even worse. Robin Fletcher's come on. It started when Casey ran behind their goal to celebrate our second goal. He tried to laugh it off. So Robin watched it at home on the iFollow, and that's what he's seeing on the iFollow. But
all he did, they were taking the mick, and Casey did what a lot of players do. I've seen Ian Wright do this when he's back in the day. He was pointing down, saying you're going down, basically, because he was taking the mick, and that's just standard stuff. It's just standard stuff. There was, and had that guy saying what he said, we'd have heard about it by now, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It sounds to me like the bloke who's been going since 1949 is probably a bit senile. Doesn't know what's going on. Basically,
no. Wes has come on. Hashtag KP45. Yeah. Covandy says hashtag KP45. Yeah, I think, as you said, Claudia, I think we just got to sing Casey Palmer for 90 minutes tomorrow night. Probably put it in a remix version of Twist and Shout with Casey Palmer in it or something like that, because Twist and Shouts goes on for flipping ages, doesn't it? So who's going tomorrow night then? Who out of us lot are going tomorrow night? I'm going. Claudio's going. Luke's going. Wayne, you coming along?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah. Vic, you coming or you working?
I'm at work. No, working. Boo.
So you can't come this week, bless you. Oh, and Luke, is he there? Is he moving? Oh, he is moving. I thought he'd frozen. Yeah, people said we couldn't. A lot of people were just commenting they couldn't hear you very much. So just make sure you're there. So Luke, you're looking forward to tomorrow. You were there last Saturday. Great atmosphere, and probably the same tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully the same. The atmosphere was great, and it was nice to see that we got the most away fans for that week. But yeah, it was a good day. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, hopefully, and I just think tomorrow it will have just that. And I don't want to keep bringing it up, but I think tomorrow will have that added bit of like emotion to it. It'd be nice to see so many fans there in two-tone. That's what we are. That's city. We're a city of culture like that, and that we stand by it. And we won't let anyone bully us.
No, definitely not. Adam Shaw's come on. He says, I don't think. Sorry, go on, Vic.
So I was going to say, Luke, were you upstairs or downstairs at Hillsborough last week?
I was upstairs, and I was to the far left-hand side as you're looking at the pitch.
I just wondered, because I thought it was a great atmosphere, but I just saw a couple of people on Facebook commenting that they said it was really poor. And I just wondered if that was maybe downstairs. So I've just been because there's been a few upstairs as well. You won't know, but I thought upstairs. That's where I was as well. It was cracking in atmosphere. So, but there was quite a few people commenting on Facebook about it being really quiet and poor. So I don't know where they were sitting.
It was good upstairs, wasn't it, Luke?
Front bit on the lower bit, it did seem a little bit quieter. There was the small like drabs of like spots of fans that are really like giving it some, but it did seem it was a bit, but I don't know. But the whole thing seemed all right to me. I thought,
Adam Shaw's coming in. He says, I don't think Godden is good enough on the ball at the moment, but his pressing causes teams trouble, basically, and he doesn't he? Although he hasn't really been on his game 100% at the moment, but he does put the press on and cause teams to create their own mistakes, doesn't he, Wayne?
Yeah, I think he's putting the workload in. It's difficult when you're solo, isn't it?
Yeah. When
For
you're
me,
on
and
your own.
I still think he's our best shooter, as for want of a better word.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows where the goal is. Claudio,
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think to Godden?
It's fine. I mean, he just puts a shift in. He chases the ball down. The way we're playing, we're not relying on the strikers to score.
Yeah.
You know, we're playing. He's almost like a false number 9 at the minute. The way we're playing, you know, I think it's fine. I mean, I think Sims will start tomorrow. I also think Latti will play. I think De Silva will play.
Binks will play.
I think Binks will play. Yeah, I think there'll be about 5 changes tomorrow. I reckon. Would not surprise me.
Do you think Victor Torp will start?
Well, he's been training for 2.5 weeks, hasn't he? 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
He looks fit. Give him 1 half. I mean,
Give him a go.
They're saying all the right things, aren't they? We're taking 4,000 fans. They're not going to say we're not going to make an effort. You know,
no.
They're saying the right things, which is we're going to go there to win it. But we've got enough on the bench to start with those players and still beat Sheffield Wednesday. You know, the reason they're in the bottom 3 is because they're rubbish. I don't care what sort of form they've been in lately. We're better than them.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron's come on. He says he'll be there tomorrow night. Hopefully see you outside the ground, Aaron, and hopefully inside. We're going to do a live stream tomorrow, weather permitting, as long as it's not raining. Microphones aren't waterproof, unfortunately. So as long as it's not raining, we'll be doing a live stream outside Hillsborough tomorrow. Hector's come on. He says, I'm back now. He's gone as well. Rob Nichols has come on. Cyril was my hero. He was brilliant, that bloke. Absolutely brilliant. Catty Cads has come on. He says, I was noisy downstairs. Yeah, so it must have been a good atmosphere downstairs. Aaron, Will Hadji Wright be back tomorrow. Well, he's back in training, so we're not too sure on that one. We only can see what you guys can see. Luke's audio has been a bit off tonight, he says. Catty Cads says, Godden needs more clear-cut chances. He can't outrun defenders. Yeah, he's a little bit slow lately, unfortunately. But is he carrying an injury? We don't know. Cov Andy's come on, bless him. Sorry about some of my comments tonight, but that Andrew really wound me up. Trust us, Cov Andy. We try our best, and we're sorry if I did miss. People said I've missed a comment that he's threatened Casey Palmer, and I did miss it, so I'm really sorry. Otherwise, I would have pulled him up on it, definitely. Bloody right, I would have done. Mostly love of music. Andrew is perfectly entitled to his opinion. We can't all be expected to agree on everything. That's a good comment. Yeah. As Trisha Doodoo always says on the radio on her phone in, she says, it's your show. You have your right to say what you want to say, and that's what we're here for. You can have your say, and we'll try and read every comment that comes in. If you ever want to come on the show, please get in touch with us. Emails going across the bottom. Right, before we finish then, spot the ball again. You got your chance to win 2 tickets against Bristol City next Tuesday. Luke, have you had a go on this yet?
No, because I think I joined just after.
Okay, have a go. Where do you think it is? And Wayne, have you had a go yet?
Yeah. It was on last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, you done.
Okay, yeah. So you've had a go, yeah. Okay,
14.
go on then, Luke. Where do you think the ball is?
14.
14. 14, Luke says. Okay, brilliant. So there you are. Get your guesses in, guys. You could win 2 tickets to the Bristol City game. Did anybody else go to the funeral today? Anyone's commenting now? We have had a comment earlier on. Someone did go to Hazel's funeral, so that's good. Robin Fletcher says 13, number 13 for Spot the Ball. Rich Corley says, oh, Miles. Oh, Miles. I don't know what it means. Probably because I missed the comment, and I definitely would have pulled it up, trust me. Leon Varney, 17, he's gone for. So there you go. Right, so we've come to to the end of the show. Hope you all have safe travels tomorrow. Don't forget, you can, please, if you do have £5 spare, please donate to the George and John statue. There is the account number and sort code for Sky Blues in the community. Or you can head over to the GoFundMe page, which is on our description on our YouTube channel. So there we go. So are we all excited then for this FA Cup run? We're going to get to the final. I want to ask Claudio, I know this. Claudio. Now listen, Claudio. If we do get to the FA Cup final, and we get to the playoff final, the FA Cup final is on the Saturday and the playoff final's on the Sunday.
Yeah.
What will happen?
I'm going to take my boots. Well, as far as I know, I can't see how they can move. What are they going to do? I mean, it seems like a ridiculous scheduling when you got clubs in the Championship who are capable of getting to a cup final. You know, I just don't understand. You know, Leeds United, I presume they are still in the cup, aren't they? You know, they could get to a final and be in a playoff final. You know, so it's crazy. So, I mean, no one's actually said what could happen either. I think they're just presuming it's not going to be a Championship club in the playoff in the FA Cup final. And I don't understand why they've moved it from the weekend before. Because normally the cup final is before the playoffs. So I don't know why they've moved it either. So the answer is I have no idea what they're going to do. It seems like a real fuck-up. Poor planning.
It is one then. So if we get to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, let's just say we got to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and the other three teams, and the other three teams already in Europe, and one of those teams wins the FA Cup, obviously, but those three teams are in Europe. Does that mean we would go into Europe because we were in the semi-final?
No, it goes down to league then. They've changed it all now. I think
so it goes down to league.
Yeah. I mean, the scenario is if we got to the cup final and the playoff final, it's like I said before. What do you take? Do you take winning the cup, going to the Europa League, or winning the playoffs and going to the Premier League? But if you go in the Europa League, we'll be in the Championship still, but we could win the Europa League and go in the Champions League the following year after. So it's I mean, stranger things have happened. Maybe not that though.
There you go. That's my next dream. My first dream was getting to Wembley. That's my second dream, seeing Coventry in Europe. Maybe it's going to happen.
It would be amazing. But we'll have to wait and see. Rich Corley, I will have a listen back, mate. I definitely will. So I will be listening. I listen to all my shows back, so we will have a look at that. The big Sky Blue weekender, Leon Varney says. Catty Kaz says 3-0 City. Come on, play up Sky Blues for tomorrow. And Paul Cuttiford says move one to Spurs ground the following week. Yeah, could do that, I suppose. But you never know. We might get to the final. Who knows? Anything can happen in football, as we all know. So we've come to the end of the show. Thank you everyone for watching tonight. Sorry we couldn't get through to every single comment. There has been absolutely loads. Thank you again for your support on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. We really, really appreciate your support. It's been absolutely fantastic. And thank you to our guests tonight, Wayne. Thank you very much for coming on, and Luke.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow, Hillsborough. And Luke, I'll come to you. I'll be picking you up about 1:45, mate. So we'll crack on from there. And Vicky, hope work goes okay and you can get to watch it on telly tomorrow night. And Claudio, we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow night.
All good.
I've just seen the Bournemouth half-time score against Swansea, 5-0 to Bournemouth. Sorry,
I knew there was a game.
That's 5-0 at half-time. This is why we don't want to play any Premier League teams till we get to the semi-final. So let's enjoy these rubbish ties, shall we?
Yeah, but we wouldn't want to play ones anyway because they're out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, or Preston. They're not in it anymore, are they? I don't think.
No, so we'll be all right. We'll be fine. We'll beat a Premier League team anyway. Don't worry about it. So, especially if it's Man United, we'll beat Man United all day long. Everyone's beating them. So I fancy our chances against them, definitely, especially with Mark Robbins with his game plans. So thank you very much, everyone. Hopefully you have a safe journey up tomorrow, guys. Vic, have a good day. Ken will be back on Sunday. We will be live tomorrow from outside Hillsborough. Please come and say hello. Come and have a chat. About 6:45 we'll start, as long as it's not raining, obviously. So we'll see you tomorrow night. Tune in and see what the Sky Blue Army are saying. All the travelling. I think it's 4,500 travelling up there. So everyone that's going, have a great journey tomorrow. Hope the weather's okay for you travelling up. And we'll see you tomorrow night and Sunday. And the winner of Spot the Ball to win 2 tickets to Bristol City game. Take care, everyone. Guys, give us a big play up, Sky Blues.
Play up, Sky Blues.
Brilliant. See you later, guys. Play up, Sky Blues.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.